vibes. It looks like the Kengan Ashura guy.
Oh, heck yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello. I'm not Dan, but there he is.
Happy Friday.
Good Friday.
It is Good Friday.
It's Good Friday, yeah.
To those who celebrate, Happy Friday, Happy Good Friday. Yeah, that's not really a good happy thing, but oh well. Welcome to another episode, another week. First off, a quick apology. I'm sorry that I was not here last week. I just had to not go live and be with my family. So, you know, it is a free show.
That's me every other week, man.
I know. I'm trying to be really good about, like, showing up every week. And I do a pretty good job, even when I'm traveling. But there's some weeks where I'm just like, nope, it's just not happening.
Absolutely, bro.
We've got a good friend with me here today, Tyrell Cannon.
What's up, guys? Good to see you.
No fancy cameras, no fancy mics, just a shotgun mic and one camera for us both.
That's all you need.
We have some stuff we're gonna look at today. We're gonna get into it, try and keep the regular flow of the show. Yeah. Shout out to people.
Yams, Tyrell. Johnny John's on there.
I still have to get some
Victor.
things. Tyrell's gonna vamp.
I'll vamp.
Or, you know, talk to the chat.
Talk to the chat. Welcome, everybody.
It's good to have everybody
Owen's
here.
Reviews.
Do you want a beer or like a drink or something?
Yeah, whatever you're having, man.
Well, I just brushed my teeth.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm fine then.
You want to split a beer?
Sure, yeah. That's a good idea.
I think we should, right? In a half hour, we'll split a beer.
That's a good idea.
Because I just brushed my teeth. Because we're going to be sitting so close together. So
I brushed mine too. So
he rang the doorbell and I answered brushing my teeth because I'm self-conscious. I don't think I have bad breath, but like, you know, what if I do?
Hey, Logan Cannon is in the house. That's my brother, the co-creator of Victus.
Hey, Logan.
Ryan Pezzapane. Hey, good to catch this live. Tyrell, thanks for the kick-ass Ava 01. Oh, Ryan, you got the Doomslayer and the Ava 01. That was a blast, man. Those ones are really fun at C2E2. I did quite a few. What did I do? 4 commissions at the show. Really fun. The first one was funny because I forgot all my stuff, so I had to borrow pens from everybody else, and that's how that Punisher came about. Creeks, welcome Tyrell. Hello. Yams again. Absurd 13. Coffee, thanks, Daniel. Okay. Yams will have some toothpaste. Tyrell, would you say you and Dan are beef bros? I don't know. I mean, Dan's been working out. I mean, we try. I mean, Dan probably works out a lot more than me. He's a honorary beef bro for sure. Esquivel David Aranda, hello. God Loves Comics, owner of the Tyrell Corp. That's right. You know, when I was a kid, I would either get people would be confused by how I looked when they heard my name, or they would start talking to me about Blade Runner. So either way is good for me. Biz, what's up, guys? Ryan, you actually got my last name correctly on the last try. Okay, I'm glad I got it right once. And thanks again for coming by and getting those commissions. They were both a blast. I started coloring that Ava fun, but I didn't finish it yet because I haven't had much time for fun lately. So I will maybe finish it and post it when I get there. Dan, they asked if you're a beef bro. I said you probably work out more than me. So.
Yeah, not lately. I haven't been getting to the gym. Oh, you're the comic. Yes, love beef bros.
Well, yeah, but you're a beef bro is what I think they're saying.
Not
so.
Really.
Blade Runner, that's right. Tyrell Corp. Ryan Brockner, hey man, good to talk to you there. Good to seeing you. Jeff Tay, hello. Can't wait to see Daniel at Heroes Con. You gonna be at Heroes, man?
I am.
Oh, cool. Hello from France. The moon is following us in France, September 19th.
I think it just got announced. It's great.
Oh, congratulations, man. I didn't know you were going there.
I'm not going there. It's just coming out then.
Oh, well, I guess I meant going there with the book, so.
Okay, I'm here now.
You were always here. You just weren't here.
Sorry. Technology.
You guys don't get to see anything. Someday, Dan, have you ever turned the camera around so you can see what's in front of your desk? Like what you're staring at every day?
I've been meaning to do a studio tour for a long time, but it just has not happened. So, yeah.
That's okay.
It'll happen.
It's just you remember that Simpsons where Homer, they finally show that in front of Homer's, you always see him pushing the buttons, but in front of that is all pictures of his family. It's revealed in like a later season that like, you know, he's always just like boop, 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 and you don't know what he's doing.
Well, welcome everyone. Thanks to Tyrell for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me, pal.
There's a reason why he's here. He has things to talk about. But before we get to that, I wanted to share some things that are just kind of making me happy, which is something that I try and share Tyrell, do you want to grab a random comic from that box right there?
You want me to do it blindly or pick one that I want to see?
Yeah, just kind of... So, tell you what, while I talk about some things that I'm excited about,
I'll pick some.
you flip through the box. I feel like they might be facing the wrong way.
They are, but that's okay.
Okay, first off, just want to shout out my buddy, Yamal.
Oops.
Yams did this wonderful card for me. He sent me some art.
Dude, that is sick.
Isn't that awesome?
That is so cool.
Really wonderful. There's a personal note inside. I don't think there's any... Nope, just a note.
No
Yams.
nudes in there or anything?
Thank you so much, bro. He sent me some awesome gifts too, which I misplaced. They're somewhere in the living room. But again, thank you, Yams. Look at this amazing work. Yamal Duryi, Yamabad. I don't remember his Instagram. Yams, throw your Instagram in the chat. There he is. He's in the chat. I knew he'd be here. Thank you, Yams, for the wonderful gifts. A beautiful care package for myself. A beautiful card. You are the best. We're going to get to these in a second, but I'm going to move them just for a minute.
Yeah, move where you want to.
Okay, so in the dark parts of 2020, I was going to go to Japan with my wife Rachel in November, and of course that did not work out. So we had this kind of extra money from, us not traveling, so I definitely bought a guitar pedal from the UK. This is by a company called Reeves Electro. This is like a fuzz style distortion pedal, the Black Hat sound. So this company is based out of England, and the guitar pedals, they sound so disgustingly good. I've had this since 2020. It's been amazing. I've used it a ton. I don't know. It just makes me really happy. And so, but it wasn't cheap, and it, you get what you pay for. It's hand wired. It's beautiful. It's from not the United States, but it is a beautiful pedal. All of this, do you know how that works? Like staining metal, like he does this himself. He stains the metal.
Oh yeah.
It's just really beautiful stuff. So anyway, Reeves Electro.
Is it expensive because it's stained, or is it like a special thing?
It's just like a number 43. Like, it's kind of like limited edition.
Oh, okay. That's
like
cool.
he only makes a few at a time.
Gotcha.
I don't remember his
Artisanal.
name. Yeah, but I really like his vibe. And Reeves Electro, if you're into guitars or guitar pedals, check him out. But all that to say, I haven't bought another guitar pedal from him in a while. But he actually, I believe he partnered with his daughter that helped him make this take on a fuzz face. And fuzz face is one of the few style of guitar pedals that I do not own. So I just plugged it in this morning. It came from the UK last week, and it is incredible. It sounds so good. So I was making me really happy. I play a lot of guitar, as you all know. And Reeves Electro, the Reeves daughter board. So yes, I believe this is a collaboration with his daughter, which is also really cool. They both sound amazing. This one's definitely more aggressive. This is more classic fuzz face, but yeah, they'll rip your ears off if you let them. So, thank you, Reeves Electro. You were looking at this earlier.
Yeah, dude. That's kind of sick. Who is that?
That's Kentaro Miura. Japan Book Hunter. If anybody knows Sean over at Japan Book Hunter, he has a YouTube channel. It's amazing. And I do buy a lot of books from him that he mails to me all the way from Japan. And he did a Miura sale. And this was one of the things that he dropped on his Patreon, which you can definitely join for $5 a month. It gives you access to all of his drops early, or the big drops. He does these kind of like theme drops about once every 2 months or so. And he gives Patreon members first dibs. And this one was not super expensive, but it is just a little one-shot that he did. I cannot read any of this.
It's a one-shot?
It is a one-shot. But there's some like really, really cool stuff in here.
Yeah.
Like, that's like something you would draw, dude.
Oh, absolutely, man. This is like, I opened it up, I was like, this is right up my alley.
There's also specifically, this is like a big wrestling match between him and, oh, look what we got.
Oh, man.
Classic. Look how brave this is. He doesn't even show the protagonist's face as he dumps the bad guy on his head. It's like 1, 2.
I was trying to draw that today. It's difficult.
That's so hard.
It's really hard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So to see him doing that, that's like, oh, man. Yeah, this is great, too, man. The strain across here where he's, like, picking him up.
it makes me jealous that, you know, he just had the space to do basically 2 double page spreads.
Well, and then look at this. He sticks in right here. You get to see the crowd's reaction. That's always hard to work in there. And then these 2 spots where you get both of the characters. You know, you see him kind of head back first.
Yes.
And then he's kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, little mini inset panels, which I am also a big fan of. But this made me so happy. As like Sean was doing the little flip that he does in his videos, I saw that suplex and I was like, that's mine. So I don't actually know what this is called. I'm sorry. Here, let's get this nice and neat so that you can screenshot it and put it into Google Translate. There you go.
It's called
Click.
Muscle Guys Fighting.
Jets Comics Mira. I know it's just 1 volume. It shouldn't be expensive. It's not necessarily out of print, I don't think.
I love these colors, man. It's like yellow and blue.
Designs
it's
so
all kind of
nice.
pastel-y. That's really nice.
Oh, heck yeah, man.
Man, the book design is so nice over there.
Dude, and this like really nice like obi wrap
belly band thing, yeah.
Which I used to hate obi wraps, but now I love them.
Depends on how they're done. If it looks like it's just trash that I'm supposed to throw away, then I don't like it. If it's like got a solidness to it, then I'm into it.
Heck yeah. All right, one more thing. Let's see, what should I show off here? I put in a big order at Amazon Japan. So they're these like oversized art books. Like they're kind of like, it's kind of like the Art of Nausicaa, but they're all Miyazaki's basically like mood boards. I'm assuming a lot of people have seen his documentary. He has a few documentaries of his like creative process, and as he's like figuring out the story, he just kind of draws everything out. And so he of course did that also with Nausicaa the Valley of the Wind, which is one of my favorites of his films and my favorite comic of all time. I think that's the case.
The comic's great.
The comic is incredible.
I love it.
But I love to see things coming together and things being like looking really sketchy, and him kind of figuring things out on the fly.
This kind of stuff you don't like when you're drawing. You totally understand. You know, this is what you're doing all the time.
Yep.
But I think a lot of people don't think about that when they see a final drawing. You're kind of like it's micro things to kind of find the shapes.
Yes, and I love how he doesn't really even bother to erase it. He just starts watercoloring what he likes. Yeah. You see that over here. This looks a little more confident, but still. It's also like the watercolors are just, he's so loose with them. They seem almost like an afterthought. They're a little tighter as you move through, but like he's just getting the job done. Like it's very quick and dirty and
impressionistic.
Yeah, it's just really wonderful.
I love this where the paper color just becomes the highlight, right?
Yes.
You know? It's nice.
That's so nice. So I got this on Amazon Japan.
Pretty, man.
I'm assuming most people know, but you can make an Amazon Japan account. Shipping is brutal, but the prices are,
not bad. Yeah,
they're not bad.
I've gotten things on there before.
Yeah, it's great. We won't go into detail on it, but I just got this.
I was looking at that. That has some stuff that I've got in my collections, but not. It's like there's some stuff in there that's not in the collections I have because I have all the original prints of the short story collections. But this has stuff I've never seen before. Like I've never seen this airplane one before.
I don't have this airplane one either. There is another war one in here that I do have.
Yeah, with the tanks and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't have the airplane one. So this was. Oh, and of course you got this like.
I have this one.
Man, that's so pretty.
It's beautiful. This is like a Mobius comic by Otomo.
This kind of looks like maybe like alcohol marker kind of.
Might be.
I don't know.
The colors on this one get me every time.
So good. Oh, dude.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's disgusting. So I got this one too and a few others.
That is very nice.
I won't open them, but I'll show what else I got.
Got those, man? I can reach them for you.
Thank you.
They weigh about 80 pounds.
So we got Lupin, like an art book, but it's like a technical, like his sketching vehicles. And he has this kind of like Michael Golden way of drawing vehicles, which is really awesome. Like they're kind of gloopy.
Yeah.
Which is like a total Michael Golden thing. I wonder if maybe Michael Golden saw some of these.
Well, part of it is if you're drawing your vehicles not straight from reference all the time, you can embellish it a little bit by rounding it out or sharpening it up, whatever it is you do, it helps. And the way he makes the cars lean, very Shiro,
I also just love seeing his sketches.
Yeah.
And I really love this book. Also, the design on this is so nice. And then last but not least, this is a Studio Ghibli book of their background paintings, which are just, it's very glossy. Sorry about that. I do wish it was a little matte.
So you just scan these in and throw them in the back of your panels,
yes,
right?
That's
That's what I thought, yeah.
This is pretty self-explanatory.
Oh, man, that's nice.
Isn't that awesome?
That's so cool.
Sorry, very glossy. It's very hard to, like, that's so...
It's too much gloss, but these are very beautiful.
It is too much gloss, but it is...
Ooh, dang.
Right? It's so moody. So confident.
What is that from? That's so much, a dark bar scene?
I think that's from Porco Rosso.
Oh, Porco Rosso. Okay, yeah. Now I remember that.
But highly recommend this as well. A beautiful book and insanely heavy.
I was gonna say, did it cost more to ship it or buy it on that one? That one's heavy, man.
Shipping costs like $60.
Oh man.
Okay, so we're back to this main cam here, Tyrell. We should probably talk about why you're here.
Sure.
And
did you want one of these books first or no? Or are these for later?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
These were the two I picked for obvious reasons.
So, okay.
But have you showed these already?
I kind of show...
Because I have another one over here.
I have a box of comics down here of just floppies that I kind of like to have around.
Probably done
like a short box.
Punisher.
But we can show those off.
Well,
let's do it.
Or we got the Nam here too.
The Nam's great. Let's
here,
do...
I want this Punisher.
Yeah.
This is so sick, dude.
Frank Turan.
Dude, this is like... I wish this guy made more comics because this book... There's these 2 issues of Punisher. I think he did more than that, but the No Rules Part 1 and 2, 94, 95, the Punisher... I think it's the original numbering of Punisher.
Yep.
These are where it's at, man.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen some of these scans of the originals, too? They're nuts.
There we go. Sorry, sometimes I
this.
get... Yeah, that's so sick.
And he's got... I mean, washes or zip tones all over these pages, too. And there's so much texture. Oh, man. Look at this swirly smoke coming around here.
Hell yeah.
And then this looks like something you'd do. Just a gray, zip tone background to pop these guys out. He's got these great wide shots, but then these, like, close-ups where you can barely tell, These are so cool. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
This, like, sweat and blood falling off of him. His hair whipping.
I love how, like, this punch doesn't look that powerful, but he sells it so well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's kind of like inside, but it still totally works.
I like how this guy's about, 2 feet taller than Punisher.
Yeah, they're basically on the same plane.
Yes. And look at this. I mean, this is 100% a page design I would do right here,
yeah.
man.
This kind of makes you think of Do a Powerbomb a little bit with the skinny to fat.
Yep.
And this makes me think of John Romita Jr.
Dude, the broken nose Punisher is always the way to go.
Dude, broken nose, bandana. Are you listening, Marvel?
Seriously. Oh, man. There's this one, this is cool, too. I love that he's just grinning right here. And he's, like, getting shot, and he's just, like, he's, like, not having it. And these big baggy pants, the bullet hits.
This is a great panel.
There's a toughness here. And so I think the story is he's chasing a bad guy, and they fall into this fighting ring that's happening, and then he has to fight all these dudes. But the chaos that Taran kind of captures on some of these pages, where there's like Punisher's all tiny here.
Hell yeah!
This guy's face, man. Got to be brave and draw faces like that. What we got here? I like to see the ads too. Chill out with the X-Men. What is this? Oh, it's like a send away comic. Yeah. This one's pretty good though.
Yes. Oh man.
Look at that guy.
That's really dope.
Oh man. Yeah, these are still pretty cheap to pick up. Issue 94, 95, and they are well worth it. And if you could find the scans, I think some of them are on Comic Art Fans, and they're beautiful. Just beautiful textures.
I have 94, but it's missing a cover and it's ripped almost in two. So, something for me to hunt for.
You got to buy a new one, man.
All right. Well, that was a lot that we talked about, and I hope that's okay. Not much drawing, but a lot of talking.
That's okay. Cool.
Yeah, man.
What are people saying?
Let's see. They are talking amongst themselves.
Batman comic Broken Nose. I've seen that one.
What issues are these again for Punisher?
94 and 95.
There you go,
Punisher.
Allison.
Yeah, 90s. Those are like, I think it was around 94 or 5 when they came out, too.
Chucky says, killer job on Wolverine. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Really, really fun. Well, first off, it's great. There's like 83 people here. It's wonderful to have you all here.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
The reason that Tyrell is here is because he has a new Kickstarter that's coming out, or that's out.
It's out right now. Yeah. Yeah, Eris is my comic. It is. Before we talk, I'll just do the quick. We're on Kickstarter right now. So if you go to Kickstarter, look for ERIS, Eris. You'll find us there. Maybe we can. Well, we can put a link in there somewhere. But yeah, it's a sci-fi comic, hyper-violent, about a far distant future where the Earth is controlled by this powerful cabal, and their team of assassins is on a mission to get this substance that can control humanity. That's sort of the log line.
And this is issue 1.
This is issue 1 and 2. I originally printed these
1, 2.
as I was working on it, because as you know, when you're working on something, if you're not releasing it via a publisher, it's like no one's seeing it, right? And so you start, finding a way that you can release chapters as they come out. And I originally was posting these online too for free. This whole first chapter was for free. It is for free still on my website. If you go to my website right now, you can read all, TyrellCannon.com, you can read all of issue 1. And then, we did issue 2, and then we had a third chapter planned this whole time, and it ended up ballooning into pretty much as long or longer than these 2 issues. And so now the version that's on Kickstarter now is a collection of all of them. And these 2 issues got upgraded lettering, a few minor fixes to some color things, and then we're going to have the whole third chapter plus a bunch of pinups and stuff like that. And if we hit some of our stretch goals, we'll add some source book material, some printing upgrades. It's going to be about a 140-page sci-fi comic.
That's a chunky book.
It's a chunky book. So it's been 5 years off and on working on this. This is... I say this not saying that I'm in the same league, but this is kind of my Luther Strode, right? I feel like you see issue 1, 2, 3, you see an evolution of the art and the story. Not that I'm not proud of these 2, but as you get to chapter 3, you really start to see things hit sort of a peak of what I was going for from the beginning. My grasp finally caught up with my reach. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah.
So Logan, you co-wrote with...
Yeah, so I wrote this with my brother Logan. He's in the chat there. Hello, Logan. Everybody give him a shout out. But he's an actor in the Pacific Northwest, the face of some ad campaigns recently. And I can't remember what it's called. It's like a I can't remember. Logan will tell you guys in there, but he's in some ads. But yeah, Logan helps co-write these. So I originally had started this ages ago. And
how long is ages ago?
08.
Okay.
And it was kind of just right. It was just sort of like an idea then, and I'd worked on it with a buddy of mine, and it kind of just it didn't end up going anywhere. I ended up doing Gary instead, my serial killer comic, and then maybe 2018, 19, I started doing this again, and that's when I brought Logan on, and he started helping me form up the scripts and then write chapters 2 and 3, and bring it across the finish line with me. So it's definitely a collaborative effort on the writing, and then I draw it, color it, letter it. Do everything else. So yeah.
I think I already said hi to Logan, but he is in the chat. Hello, Logan. Great job, brother. Wolfer's Home Service.
Wolfer's Home Service. Yeah.
Services ad campaign. Right on, dude.
You should check them out. They're really funny ads.
We have some people that have already backed.
Sweet.
Absurd 13 already backed. Cherokee Ninja already backed.
I think I still have 1 commission slot left.
Ooh.
And quite a few original art spots left. So hit those up if you haven't already. A couple of the levels have sold out already. The early bird, and there was one that was a collection of all my work. You got like 16 books with it. That one sold out too. But we still have a commission slot, I think.
So one of my favorite pieces by you actually ever is this second issue cover.
It, man.
Well, because this is a spread, and it's just so sick.
That's what I was going for.
It looks so good.
You know what the way this came about is it's always hard to decide on what you're going to have for a cover, right? Especially
it's the worst.
Because there's these pressures to do certain things. It's got to be designy. You got to have your main characters on it. And I sort of wanted to throw that out the window. There's no main characters on this cover. It's just a vibe. And one of the things that I was looking at when I was thinking about this cover was there's this Barry Windsor Smith art book, Opus. You know?
I have both.
And you know how the inside cover is that grassy scene with just a sword stuck in the ground? And so you kind of get this sense of just, okay, something happened here.
Yes.
And so I kind of tried to amp that up and make the something happened here a little more obvious. But they go to a planet where these dudes farm worms out of the ground that give them sort of a substitute for the root substance that everyone's looking for. So these guys are root farmers, and they wear these gas masks because it's like a gaseous planet with all these gross worms that they got to get. So I kind of wanted to show the effects of what happens when the Eris Vanguard visits somewhere. And it's pretty gross.
This is... I've seen this before. Is this like a John Romita Jr. thing?
Which thing?
That this the lines, like the reflective plate surfacing?
Yeah, well, so when you look at a lot of 90s stuff, even like Jim Lee and Silvestri, but especially as Scott Williams inks, you're going to see that just single line hatch that fades out, and I love it.
It's really good.
It's very efficient, A, but B, it just works because it doesn't, it's not trying to hide the process at all, right? A lot of intense cross hatching, which I also love, is, you know, you're almost trying to form a shape up, right? And like make it look real, right? But when you do this, it's kind of just like, okay, there's like a dark that goes to a light. You get it, and you see all the lines. So yeah, I like it. I think of Jim Lee a lot when I do that. But yeah, Klaus on Punisher on Romita is a lot like that too.
Can you highlight some moments from issue 2? I'm just picking issue 2 randomly.
Yeah, man.
That you're excited about.
Well,
that will be in the collection.
Yeah, these are all in the collection.
Being kickstarted right now.
You know, I try to do each issue kind of has like these dream sequences, and with those, I try to give them a unique look and palette. And so this is one of the dream sequences here. Sorry.
You're good.
And so you can see we're going for, it's like, I start with this sort of yellow, green.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as kind of intense as it gets later on, but as the dream goes on, the pink and magenta sort of takes over. Pink and magenta is a big theme
Which is
color.
kind of part of the book. I mean, it's like kind of the visual color theme of the book.
Yes, it's sort of it's sort of thematically the energy and the power that this substance gives them, but also just the people in power, you know, and the structures of power. This was a fun one too. I'm not sure if everyone got this right away. One of my interns did when they're working on it. They're like, "Oh, these are tree stumps." I was like, "Yes." So this planet in my head, and this isn't spoiler or anything, used to be covered by these huge trees, you know, thousands and thousands of feet tall trees that had the root substance kind of growing within them, and they've been clear cut and they're gone now, you know, and all that's left is these worms that crawl into the roots and kind of still can seep off some of that energy, and that's what's getting farmed here. I like Misfits of the North Star.
Oh, hell yeah.
So dudes get big and small and huge guys. So, but yeah, I think what I should highlight is maybe some of these action scenes. When the action pops off in Eris, we really wanted it to feel intense.
This is one of my favorites right there. We're going to zoom in on this.
Yeah. Intense and...
Headbutt to the extreme.
Yes. He's headbutting his head till it's not there anymore. But I wanted, when this first fight scene starts in this issue, to just have it at first be chaos. No panel borders. You're zigzagging across the page. You know, you've got panel borders that are made from people getting cut in half. Swords smashing and falling all over the place.
I love this. I don't do this, but I like it a lot. It's like a more like designy way to show contact. You know, it's really cool.
I like it. A lot of this comes from like my love of anime and graffiti.
Yeah.
If you watch a lot of anime, they give a shape to energy a lot of the time. You know, and it'll be like you know, around a person, like as they're standing there. And then in graffiti too, there's this whole idea that you're trying to show motion and energy with lines. So I love little moments like that. I work a lot of that into Beef Bros too. And then as the book goes on, you see, as the fight goes on, what we were trying to do here is show all the different characters doing what they do, but as they do it, you can kind of get a sense of how they move, who they are, and how fast they are. So if this guy's doing one move across the whole page, this guy's doing 1, 2, 3, 4 moves across the page. He's doing 1, 2, 3, 4 moves across the page. This guy's doing 2 moves across the page.
So cool.
And this guy's doing 2 moves across the page. So you get a sense of the speed of the different guys.
This kind of makes me think a little bit of Invincible.
Sure, I guess. Yeah, you know, I haven't read much of Invincible. I really need to. Do you have the compendiums here or anything? I should probably borrow.
Used to. I gave them away because they I read through them, and by the time I read through them again,
Right.
You know.
You got it. Yeah. But anyway, and then this was another scene I was really happy with how it turned out. Again, I was trying to show a character. This guy is so fast, Rankin, that when he moves across a page, you just see the effects of what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's almost like a ghost coming out of it at the end. And so I call this my zipper panel, or, zipper, in the middle, because it kind of zippers from, the white panels to the orange panels.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see kind of alive people to dead people.
This is something that you think about a lot that I do not, is like you are really intentional about panel layout.
Yeah.
And page composition.
Yes. I would say I think about that more than almost anything else.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is great.
A good page layout, a good panel. Well, I'll just show that really quick.
Oh,
You
hell
guys
yeah.
just being badasses here and being awesome. What else do we got here? I'll show, let's see. Got to show these big baddies. We got some big mutated dudes.
Oh, there we go.
There's that lines that you like right there.
Big fan. Also some classy Photoshop, color magic,
You like
like
that?
just a little bit of the airbrushy vibe.
You like that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Just the right amount.
I wanted a little bit of that 90s feel, even though with my palette here, it's kind of a candy palette.
Mm-hmm.
There's the oranges and reds and purples, and then the magentas in there. But I like drawing big, giant bad guys. I mean, what's better than that, right?
Sick.
I love it when a big, giant bad guy shows up, if it's like Battle Angel or Fist of the North Star or whatever. This is probably like, these are two of my favorite panels in the book right here. Because this is kind of like showing impact as it happens, impact after the fact, and kind of the motion of the character. And I love this one too.
Kind of like a gloopy step, like just a nice way of showing contact with the ground.
Well, and this is another thing that I think you think about, and some artists do, but I don't see in a lot of action comics, where I try to transition from each moment, right? So, they roll into this, these two guys take on him, these two guys take on him. He gets punched far back at the bottom of this page. Top of this page, they've shifted to the background. You're close foreground on Jubal, and then you're in their fight. And then they shift to the background. You're super close, on the foot of Darius as he steps into his fight. And so I kind of like when you can lead people within the panel to what the next scene is going to be. Like, think of the geography of action.
100%.
I don't think a lot of comics think about the geography of the action, right? It'll be like a cool shot of someone punching or whatever, but...
Greg Parker says the Max meets Bane.
Ooh, I like that. That's cool.
Let's see. We have Thomas, who is just back from France.
Oh, thanks,
he's back
Thomas.
from France. So cool. So the collection that's on Kickstarter right now includes Volume 1, Volume 2, and then what else?
A whole third chapter, which is 50... it's like 54, 56 pages.
Which I have read, and it is awesome.
It's got a lot of fighting in it, lots of naked people, lots of blood.
A nice resolution to the story, too.
Right. And then there is, thanks for mentioning that. I always talk about the other things.
No,
and then
well, it's part of it.
There's going to be room in there for some pinups and hopefully a source book where if you go to the Kickstarter, there are some of the pinups actually on the Kickstarter right now.
Okay.
The last update has a couple of them. There's one on there by Edison Neo right now. There's one on there by Minerva Fox right now. And then I can't remember the other one I posted the other day, but I've got some coming in from Will. I got Will Tempest. I got Ryan Lee did one for me, which he gave me at C2E2. Manny Tavares. They're pretty sick. I got Manny's in the mail, and it's like painted, like on the paper, painted. It blew me away. I gotta show you that.
Manny is an awesome artist. Shout out Manny.
Yeah, Manny's great.
North Carolina.
Yeah, I think so. Right.
Yeah. With part of the Acme Comics crew.
Those guys are. Yeah, they're up there. I see them at Heroes when I go.
Yes, great people.
But yeah, it's a lot of the book itself is got lots of fights and stuff. But yes, there is sort of this overarching theme and story about kind of power and violence and how people use power to take advantage of other people and when you're inside the system that is the powerful abusive system, how do you break out of it?
So we got Greg Parker says lots of naked dudes sold.
Yes.
Go back it, Greg. Yes, sir. Scoot says about to go back this. Tyrell's art is so incredible. Big inspiration. Look at that. Hell yeah. These comments coming in are awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for backing this amazing book. I mean, I'll let the people know kind of how I know you.
Yeah, let's get into it, man.
Well, so in 2012, I was just like at Wizard World, barely affording my table, handing out Space Mullet postcards. And that's where I think I met you, right?
That's where I met you.
Were you tabling?
No, so Mike was in town. He was staying with me.
Mike Manamivable.
Incredible illustrator.
He
was staying with me, and he got me. He's like, you can come into the show. I have an extra pass. And Wizard World at that time, I don't know when Wizard World was good, but that was not a year that it was.
2012?
And so I went.
A dark time.
It was a bad time. So I was talking to Mike, and I was like, dude, this is bad. Like, is there anything good at this show? And Mike was like, well, there's some guy over there. He's doing a comic about mullets in space or something. He's got like zombie portraits. I don't know. His stuff's really good. Go check him out.
Yeah, I was doing zombie portraits to actually help pay for the table and then trying to schlup Space Mullet to anybody that would look at it.
So I went over there, and Dan was sitting there next to Rachel, and he had like some postcards, like one kind of postcard of Space Mullet, and like
an email list, like a handwritten email list, like printed out. And
you were just like, he was like
my originals,
had his hat over his head and kind of just like, hey, what's going on? How's it going? And then you had like, you didn't even have 11 by 17 originals. I think it was like a little book because it had that one Space Mullet drawing that I have now.
I used to not draw at 11 by 17. I used to do smaller.
Okay, because I have that one Space Mullet drawing where he's like cutting the guy in half with the sword, and then Alpheus has the shotgun.
Oh god, yeah.
And that was the one I saw it, and I was like, oh man, that's pretty cool, you know.
Oh my gosh.
And so we met at that show, and then.
And you were in the middle of Gary, working on Gary.
I was working on a comic about a serial killer that I did.
And you were like kind of had like both feet like kind of in the Chicago indie comic scene at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I was 100% like self-publishing, independent comics. Yeah, I had been doing a lot of indie shows. I had done shows like C2E2 a few times, but I had been doing Alternative Press Expo, Toronto, SPX, those kind of shows, Columbus.
And Cake was the first Cake in 2013?
I think it was it might have been 2012.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been at every Cake, and I was an organizer for a little while.
That's awesome.
But yeah, after the show, I think we ended up going out for coffee, right, at the Grind.
Tyrell was the only person that I handed a card to that emailed me. Because I had my contact info on this postcard. And you reached out. Yeah. And you're like, we should talk about comics. And we did. And it was awesome. And we were friends after that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember going home and Tina, my wife, at the time my girlfriend was there. And she was like, how was it? I was like, well, pretty bad show, But I was like, this guy's pretty good. I was like, he's got kind of like a Simon Roy vibe going on. And, you kind of had a slightly different style then. And I was really into it, and I think you had like 1 or 2 pages of Space Mullet up. Mm-hmm. And we had a great coffee and a good chat.
That's great.
We talked, you talked way too loud about like, we were talking so loud about like, the coffee shop was smaller than your office. And we're like talking about Jesus and church and like getting like so theology, intense. Yeah, getting so intense into it.
The Grind. It's not there anymore. On Lincoln Avenue, Lincoln and Wilson.
Yeah.
Good times. Well, this has been fantastic. I want you to draw for the people now.
Really? Okay.
If that's okay.
Sure. It's not gonna I can draw.
Because I need to answer some questions.
Yeah, answer some questions.
From the my video a few weeks ago.
You got a piece of paper?
I do have a piece of paper.
I didn't bring any pens or anything. I'm such a bad artist.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just give you...
Whoa!
I'll just give you... Oh, is that my stapler?
No, it's your...
oh, here.
Whatever this thing is. Airbrush.
Sorry. Look at this.
Guys, it's like Jenga over here.
Not a good situation. Okay, so...
This is a brush. So
that's a brush that I have not cleaned.
Here we go. Let's find a pencil.
Here we go. So I got 2 pencils for you. I have the fancy Kill Bill pencil, Blackwing.
Wait, why is this fancy?
Yams gave it to me.
Oh, well then it's definitely fancy.
And there's a sharpener somewhere. I'm not sure where.
That's okay. Actually. Well, we'll see what comes out here.
All right, cool.
Am I on the screen here?
Yeah, you're good. Oh wait, you're not. Just kidding. Thanks for checking. Boom.
There we go. Yeah. What questions are you answering?
Just see if there's any questions in the chat. Jeremy, hello. Good to see you here. Hello, Brunson.
Hey, those are my boys right there.
Ryan Brockner says those were dark tabling days. Yes. Also, Ryan also mentioned I was doing zombie portraits with like a Copic like sketch markers, with the alcohol markers.
Yeah.
Which I still have in my drawer.
If has anybody ever come on the stream that actually has one of those zombie portraits?
A lot of my friends have them.
Yeah.
But, honestly, a lot of the people that were getting zombie portraits, they didn't really care about space. Well, a few people did.
Well, they were at Wizard World. They definitely didn't care about comics.
There were a few people that cared.
Ooh, that's brutal.
But, for the most part, people that wanted zombie portraits weren't necessarily super into, like, some guy trying to make it with this sci-fi comic. Believe it or not.
I was like, why the heck are you doing zombie portraits,
I know, that's what a lot of people said, actually. So this is kind of a tradition now. Not a tradition. The way it works, we go into the viewer comment bin. And the viewer comment bin is the comment section of the last Friday with DDubs video.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't
Because
know this.
I missed so many
I bet. Yeah.
questions. Because
You're working.
I'm not really looking at the chat that often. No offense, guys.
Family's home.
Let's see here. So instead, I have people. If there's something that I didn't get to, I have people comment on the video after it's all done, and I try and get to it the next week. So 2 weeks later, here I am, making good on my promises. Mitchell's Inc. says, thank you so much for answering my question last week. It's easy to feel uncertain, but watching you draw and reading your comics pushes me to keep drawing and writing. Well, that is freaking awesome. That wasn't actually a question, but it makes me feel very good. Thank you so much, Mitchell, and I'm glad I was able to kind of help you along in any way possible. Let's see. This will come just in time. Kingfish Studios says, I'm spending this weekend, April 18th through the 22nd, in Chicago. What comic store do you visit often? Well, I go to Challengers a lot. Challengers Comics, that's on Western and
Like Milwaukee?
a little south of Milwaukee. If you're into cheeseburgers, one of the best cheeseburgers in the city is a 5-minute walk from Challengers as well. That's called Red Hot Ranch, cash only. Tyrell doesn't think it's amazing.
It's fine. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong.
It's way better than good. And it's only fries, a drink, and a double cheeseburger, $10.50.
You're not going to find a better value. That's for sure.
That's the darn truth. In Chicago, no way. So, but Challengers Comics, I love. Also, Howling Pages.
Oh, yeah, dude. Howling Pages rules.
Portage Park, which is just straight north on Milwaukee. Not too far from Challengers. Definitely check that place out. Not so much a weekly or monthly comic floppy place. There are a few of those things, but it's mostly a really well-curated collection of Euro books, manga, small press stuff, everything. It's like you could basically go in blindfolded, reach for the shelf, and you'd come out with something amazing.
You might even find something signed by Dan there, You
I go there all the time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Resistance is Futile says, stoked to see your space saga coming together. Thank you. I drew some of that sci-fi book 2 weeks ago. We'll be patient and look forward to when the day comes where it comes out. Speaking of the future, are writing duties for Transformers being left in good hands, and are you willing to ever come back? Issue 19 was great, and hate to see you go. Oh, cool.
This was from Andrea and Javier.
That's awesome. It's almost Easter.
Yeah.
That's so great, Bobo.
I just did Easter.
That's awesome.
He did Easter.
Well, first off, I do know who's writing Transformers after me, but I am not allowed to say.
Grant Morrison. It's Grant Morrison.
I think I am staying on to do covers for a while, but as far as writing goes, I think my time on Transformers is done after issue 24, and it's been an amazing time. It's been fantastic, and there's still plenty of time left to go. I mean, my run is not over yet. I mean, we still have most of the year left of enjoying Transformers comics, written by me, drawn by Jorge, and colored by Mike. Do I have any conventions or store signings anytime soon? That's by Brandon Ellis. Hello, Brandon. Do I have any signing? I think the next thing is Heroes Con in June. Kind of keeping a low profile until then, just hanging out with the family and getting work done. And golfing.
Don't start talking about golfing on your stream, dude. Come on.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Ushitora says, hello, DWJ Sensei. This is not a question. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to read it anyway. I'm watching your stream from Japan. My English listening level is low, so I turn on the subtitles on the screen to check the words after a few hours. I couldn't immediately respond to your question, which was, are there any Japanese viewers out there? But you have a lot of fans in Japan. I love your art. I hope you will come to Comic-Con in Japan someday. I would love to do that. That would be awesome. The Shiro Masamune exhibition started today. I think you will enjoy it too. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm so excited. I'm leaving late May to go to the exhibition. I believe that I'm going to try and do a little vlog about it. I do get pretty severe travel anxiety, so that's all there is. I just have that, so it's something I'm working through. Mateo says, could you please talk about your upcoming art book? Is it going to collect all your insane COVID commissions? Is it going to be big-sized, only hardcover, paperback? Can't freaking wait. Thank you, Mateo. I'm excited about it, too. Let's go through this one at a time. I do have an art book coming out. I believe we're going to be kickstarting it in June with Flesks Publications, an amazing book designer, collaborator. John Flesks, he runs this company where he makes these books about artists that he's passionate about. They're beautiful artifacts, beautiful tomes.
No, it just sounded like you said he was passionate about the artist and not the art.
Oh,
he just loves Dan.
Yeah,
he doesn't care about the art, but
I think he does like me, and we get along great. We Zoom a lot, and every Zoom has gone very well.
I didn't know about this. How long is the book going to be?
I don't exactly know the page count. I think around 200 pages. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong.
Is it going to have pages, or is it going to have just like commissions, or do you
everything?
Know yet? Okay.
Everything. There's going to be a bunch of crazy COVID commissions in there. Yes.
Any zombie portraits in there?
Maybe I should put one in.
You should, just for posterity.
Like the humble beginnings.
Yeah, man.
I also can't remember the exact dimensions, but it's not going to be insane. It's not going to be like my Extremity Kickstarter. Nothing like that. There, I believe, will be a hardcover edition. Don't quote me on that. Basically, it's going to get kickstarted. We're going to make a special Kickstarter version, and then we will do a different version for the mass market trade paperback whenever that comes out. And I can't wait either. I've seen what it looks like. We've been going through the layouts and the design, and it just is... It's super exciting.
I want to see that, dude.
Oh, dude, it's going to be so sick. Brown Mist asks if I've ever thought about doing a Terminator book. I think your style would look great with all the tech and neon in the future world of Terminator. Thank you in advance if you see this. Well, Brown Mist, one of my first possible gigs was not Terminator, but RoboCop. Do you remember RoboCop 3?
Me? Yeah, of course.
That was written by Frank Miller.
He wrote 2 as well.
I think this was for RoboCop 3. Boom Studios asked me to try out.
I remember this.
Yes, for $50 a page.
Yeah, I remember that too. And I remember being like, ooh.
And I was like, ooh, I need this gig.
Yeah.
So I tried out. I did not get the job. They did not think I was up to snuff. This is a long time ago. This is maybe 2012, 2013. And the script for this RoboCop 3 was the original script that Frank Miller had written without any interference, I guess.
Right.
And I tried out. I did my very best, and they said, sorry, going with somebody else.
Do you have those pages still?
I have them somewhere, I think, yeah. I should try
break
and
them
find
out
them.
sometime, dude. See if they're actually as bad as they thought they were.
They're pretty bad.
I'm sure they're not that bad. I don't think I've seen them, man. I
Not
bet you
good.
drew a good RoboCop gun.
You know what? They didn't give me any action pages. It was all talking.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
No wonder.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Hey, Daniel. When people bring comics to a con or a shop for you to sign, how many is too many in your opinion? This is Tim Chisholm. Oh, that's a good question. I would say, about 5 to 10, more than 10, and like, I don't know. I guess it kind of depends. I'm not like I don't like charging people for signatures, but if people bring me a huge stack, then I have to charge a little bit, I guess. But I have an art rep that watches me like a hawk. Felix takes good care of me, and he makes sure that nobody takes advantage of me.
You got to find Dan when he's not chaperoned.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I am a softie. I shouldn't admit that. So Tim, I'd say read the room, but maybe like 5 to 10 is, whatever. We'll figure it out. Rob from the beach asks who my favorite wrestlers are from New Japan. That'd be Naito, Ishii, Tanahashi, Ibushi in his golden, moments there. I don't know. It's kind of hard to find a bad wrestler in New Japan, honestly. Oh, here's a good one. Hayden asks, "Hey DWJ, I have a hard time catching these broadcasts live, but I do have a question. I'm planning a trip to Japan, and I want to go to some of the spots that you and the Felix Comic Art crew went on your trip. Do you remember any offhand places you can name drop some spots I need to hit? Thanks, man. Love you. Love you too, Hayden. Thanks so much for the question. I do have things for you to check out. Get ready, okay? If you're into art supplies at all, there's two places I really love. Sekkaido, Sekkaido. It's like a 3-level art extravaganza. Like, there's everything you could ever want there. Screen tones, nibs, brushes. It is a really cool place. Next one would be Itoya. That's in Ginza. That's a great one. That's 12 levels. That's another art supply store.
12?
12, dude. Maybe 10.
Son?
Wait. I hope I'm not exaggerating. It's at least 8.
Is there an elevator?
One of the levels is a cafe, so maybe I should...
I'm about to smudge the heck out of this.
Oh, it's gonna smudge, man.
I know. I do this on my live stream all the time. I say, maybe I'll wait till it's dry, and then I don't.
Itoya is awesome. If you can only go to one nerdy place, I'd say Nakano Broadway, because there's so many different shops there. So many different things for you to check out. Toy stores, manga stores, used manga stores. The Mandarake in Nakano Broadway is really awesome. So Nakano Broadway is a must. And
go see the giant Gundam. Is that a thing you should do?
I mean, I haven't actually done it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I love Gundam, but I don't feel like I need to go see a huge.
How about
Gundam.
food, man? You got any food recs for the people?
Well, there's a Tsukumen place in Tokyo Station called Tomita. Tomita. I hope I'm getting that right. I'm gonna look this up to make sure I'm not going crazy. Not tomato ramen, Tomita.
Tomato ramen. Tomato ramen.
Yes, Tomita ramen. It's in there, so it's not the original spot. There's a Tomita ramen that's like outside of, or in the outskirts of Tokyo that's hard to get to. But there's one in Tokyo Station that's super legit. It's super heavy, it's super intense, but you won't regret it. Anywhere else? If you're into wrestling at all, you got to go to Toudokan, Toudokan. That's a pro wrestling shop, 2 levels. It is so cool. So there's some things for you to chew on. Ross Stewart says, is the short story Silver you did for Thought Bubble back in 2019 a precursor to my current sci-fi project? And it is. It was me kind of trying to figure things out on the page. So I did like a Thought Bubble anthology, like 1-pager.
I remember that one.
It's pretty cool.
I'm sure it was. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. It was like me thinking about things before they really came together.
Right.
Let's see. Last question we've got from Marty. Hey Daniel, what's your process for coming up with panel layouts for my pages? Thank you for all the countless hours of Friday with DDubs that have kept me company during my last 2.5 years of working on my graphic novel. Big thanks from Sweden. Marty, so glad that my nasally voice was a part of your creative process for so long. Good to have you here. Process for coming up with panel layouts for your pages. I just try and feel inspired and feel excited about the story that I'm making. And a big part of that is having things around me that, get me excited and do inspire me. So I have a lot of Miyazaki. Oh, yeah, this whole studio. I have a lot of my storyboard books from Miyazaki. I almost always have the Princess Mononoke storyboard book next to me when I am thumbing out my pages. So I would suggest buy that and steal from it because that's what I do. It's all composition, and composition is basically just shapes that you're using to tell a story, and good shapes and good composition is the basis for any good comic book page, and in turn any good comic book panel. So that's what I do, and I just kind of go and I don't think about it too much, and I try and make layouts and events and action set pieces or what have you that I get excited about. And each issue, it takes a little bit more time for me to get to that place where I am excited. So I need to keep pushing myself, and it's a blast. And Tyrell is now using a Micron. That's a fat boy.
Yeah, I'm used to the smaller ones, but hey, it's kind of been nice lately to be forced to use other people's tools.
Yeah.
It's kind of teaching me to just kind of. I mean, this is pretty loose. This is just a sketch, but it is what it is.
That's a 10. No, an 8. Oh,
this
that's
is an 8.
Okay.
I picked up the 12, and I was like, oh boy, that's not.
I use the 12s for panel lining.
I use the 10s for panel lines.
I have a 10 too. It's basically whatever's closest to me at the desk.
Tools are fun, but you don't need to you don't need to obsess about them, right? I mean, use whatever works, right? And if you just need to grab a pen and try it, then just grab a pen and try it.
I'm going to get a pen for you to try.
Okay.
And we'll do that as a last little thing before we say goodbye.
Awesome.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. So, guys, this is Rankin. He is one of the main characters in Eris. He is not a nice person. He's very violent. He takes a lot of pleasure in hurting other people. But don't worry, everybody gets what's coming to them in Eris. Even us, even the viewer. I use a lot of I use microns like Dan too, and I use the Pentel brush pen. Dan's the one who got me hooked on this. These Pentel brush pens are absolutely. It's hard for me to draw without it these days. There's an immediacy to it and a versatility to it that you don't find in a lot of other tools. And I would highly recommend, if you've never tried one, pick it up. When I first tried it out, it was very. I had a hard time controlling it. And I'm a control freak, and so a big part of learning how to use it was to stop trying to control it. Anything you touch in here, 6 things fall over. So, welcome to Dan's studio. And I just found a Posca marker, so we're going to use that. Oh, and I bonked his camera. This is pretty tight. We're going to give him some... He's not here, pal.
Where did he?
He ran away. He saw you guys coming. He was like, I'm getting out of here. I think he went in the other room. He'll be back. What's up, Bo?
Look what we got.
What did you get? Ooh, Easter stuff?
Yeah. And
got some Pringles? Where's my Pringles, man?
got him.
There he is. You found him.
Dad.
These Posca markers are really fun.
I'm almost done, okay?
Sometimes I use them for filling in blacks on commissions and stuff.
All right.
I found a Posca, so I was using it.
So, this is a Pilot Falcon. This is a Flex Nib. It's the fine Pilot Falcon. I put in my own ink. Put in some some platinum carbon ink and come up a little.
There. Okay. What am I doing with it? That's the question.
I've been having some trouble getting it to catch.
So where'd you get this?
Jet pens.
You have to kind of find the sweet spot with it, it seems like.
I'm getting a little frustrated.
I don't use a
Don't
lot.
worry. It was only $200.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's a gold nib, dude. Look, I'm not above paying top tier for art supplies. This is my job.
Right.
I gotta
Then
try new things.
It should be perfect then, right?
Well, it did start out perfect, but I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong.
Well,
It's
did you use the
causing-
wrong ink?
I don't
It just seems a little gummy. I like the line it makes when it makes it. It comes out real wet too. And you know me, I'm always making a mess.
You're already messing it.
I know, dude.
Let me see for a
Here,
second.
you try it out.
So if I turn it upside down, no problem at all. But there's no width, right? And I know that's not necessarily how you're supposed to use. But see, now it doesn't catch.
Huh. I get a refund.
Maybe.
Just teasing you.
No, I mean, it's $200. Okay, so if it's more arched, I can get a good line. But I don't like drawing like that. I like having it.
Right. That's the way I draw.
So if it will do the railroading if you see.
You're a thumb and first finger guy. See, I'm a two fingers guy. Rest on the ring finger.
Oh, interesting.
That's why I got my bump right here.
I have a bump right here.
Yep. The bumps. The drawing bumps. Everybody's got them.
And with that, it's time for our episode to come to an end. Please check out the Eris collection.
Kickstarter right now through May 7th. And we have tons of great rewards left. Hey, one of the stretch goals is an alternate cover by Danny Warren Johnson. So if we hit our stretch goal, he will be doing a sick cover for us, and that will be an option for everyone to get if that gets unlocked. If it doesn't get unlocked, you all get my sick cover. But if it does get unlocked, you'll get some Dan cover too.
So please support the amazing work of Tyrell. He's been working on this for so long. I've seen his evolution on the book from Volume 1 to now Volume 3. It's all amazing. Super cool. Thanks for coming on the show, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, brother.
If you have questions that you dropped in the chat that I did not get to, first off, I'm sorry. Feel free to drop a question in the comments below when this video uploads. And there is a link to the Kickstarter in the video description as well. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your support. Have a wonderful weekend. Wish me luck. I'm going golfing for the first time in 2025 tomorrow, and I do not want to embarrass myself in front of strangers off the tee. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bo, where'd your legs go? I can't see them.
They're right here.
But they're camouflage.